A few years ago, we heard a quote that stuck with us until now. If you hear hooves, assume horses, not zebras. We don't remember exactly where we heard it, but it holds true in so many circumstances. People love to overcomplicate their problems. It's the market, it's their background, it's their circumstances, and so on. But in 99% of cases, the answer to your problems is right there in front of you. You're just too ashamed to face it because most of the time it puts you in a bad light. Well, in this video, we're going over some problems that have obvious answers you conveniently leave aside. Welcome to ALUX. Number 1. Why don't I make enough money? It's not your boss not wanting to pay you enough. It's not the economy screwing over the little guys. You just don't have a valuable skill. You don't know how to do anything worth paying a lot of money for. If you think you do, you're not as good as you think you are. It's as simple as that. There's a dire need of capable people in every business. You'll always find someone willing to pay you a lot of money if you're capable of generating a lot of value. You need to understand that in the current day, you're never going to get paid exactly what you're worth, but you can always increase your value. And sure, arguments can be made about minimum wage and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, you don't base your life around how low someone can pay you. If your skill is minimum wage level, maybe it's time to get a different one. Number 2. Why does nobody want to date you? It's not because you're not rich or don't look like a top model. It's because you're kind of boring. A day spent with you is forgettable. You don't do anything interesting or exciting, so you don't have anything interesting or exciting to talk about. Yes, there are shallow people out there, but those are on the extreme ends. Think about it like this. Would you want to date you? The answer should be clear and simple. The person who you are right now might not be dateable by most people's standards, and that doesn't mean that their standards are too high, it just means you're not meeting them. If this keeps happening, you are the common denominator. It's a you issue, not everybody else's. Number 3. Why doesn't your product sell? Look, it's not because of timing or competition, it's because you might be bad at selling. There are thousands of products out there that are mediocre at best, yet they still sell with no problem. Do you know about Wish.com? It's famous for selling cheap knockoffs and low-quality items, yet the company is still valued at $17 billion. You might have the greatest product in the world that can benefit literally everyone. If it doesn't sell, you're just bad at selling. That's it. You don't have the skill to tell the right story, to tell the right people to sell your product. It's not your marketing budget or your website or your ads. It's you. Number 4. Why are you not fit? Look, it's not all genetics or having enough time to work out or being too busy. You just eat too many calories, my friend. The food that you are consciously or unconsciously putting into your body is hurting you, and you know it. There's no secret workout you don't know about, no special diet that only Navy SEALs use that you must learn. It's just straight up you eating too much high-caloric food with low nutritional value. And in this case, all the boot camp exercises in the world won't help you because you cannot out-train a crappy diet. Now, granted, there could be more things at play here, but what you eat is like 80% of this problem. Number 5. Why don't you have confidence? Because you can't take credit for anything. If you build and sell a product that makes $100,000 a year, you don't need confidence. The credit is right there. You have the receipts, nobody can deny that. Nobody can take away what you give yourself. And if you can't give yourself anything, you can't be confident. Do something worth mentioning and the confidence will naturally follow. And if you want some help on that confidence quest, download the ALUX app. Included in every paid subscription, you get access to all of our premium learning packs. Last month, we released a 21-day course called Building Self-Confidence from the Ground Up that will absolutely help you to get there. Number 6. Why do you always fall behind? Because you don't have the discipline to get ahead. There's nothing magical about getting ahead. There's no secret formula that only a few people know. You just need to put in the right amount of work in the right direction every day. And look, most likely you know what that work looks like, but you're not always in the mood to do it. You're fine with pretending to do the work and blame outside factors when you fall behind. But deep down, you know it has nothing to do with that. You were just a little bit lazy, a little bit too comfortable. You didn't get involved enough and hoped that nobody would notice. Number 7, why you're always stressed. Now, we're obviously not talking about life-threatening situations or critical events. That stress is definitely normal. But everyday life stress is just you being bad at solving problems. It's not about being dealt a bad hand or the universe being unfair to you. Everybody has problems. Some are good at solving them, some aren't. And that causes the daily stress. You know you let little problems pile on top and now you're stressed about them. Even more, you treat that stress like a medal of honor. You tell people around you, I have so many things to do, I'm so stressed about it. But what you're trying to do is imply that you're an important person with a lot of responsibilities. But you know that's not entirely true. Deep down, you might actually be ashamed of the problems you have because you know they're not that big. So now you make them appear bigger to justify your stress, and it becomes a perpetual cycle. Number 8, why you're not happy. You don't allow yourself to be. You condition your happiness to unrealized events. If you say to yourself, I'll be happy when, there will always be a when. Look, yes, we know happiness is a complex topic with a lot of implications. But generally speaking, everyday happiness is within your grasp. But it's cooler to be sad and jaded. We know we might ruffle some feathers with this one, but it seems like emo is making a comeback. But look, okay, you usually find what you're looking for. If you only look for problems, you will only find problems. So why not look for happiness and gratitude instead? Number 9, why you're not successful. Success means obtaining a desired outcome, but you didn't finish what you started. You get excited about the shiny new thing and jump from project to project without really finishing anything. You don't allow yourself to be successful because you don't give yourself enough time to do it. And deep down, you know that if you really put your mind to something and give it your all, you might actually be successful. But that seems like a lot of work. You would rather find something innovative, groundbreaking, something that nobody has ever thought of. Surely that would make you successful overnight and let you pretend you were a genius all along. Number 10, why you never have enough time. Everybody's got the same 24 hours. You just might be wasting too much of it. You enjoy your evening time, you take long breaks, and you take too much time to do the basic stuff. That's it. If you were to add up all the useful things you did in any given day, you would probably get like 3 to 5 hours worth. What you did with the rest of that time, God only knows. And you know this is true, you just don't want to hear about it. You tell yourself, these things take time, but they only do if you're doing them inefficiently. It's really interesting to see how people suddenly find the time for everything when they're in critical situations. We believe this is a generational thing. Our parents always had time for anything, but they had none of the technology to help them out. So how could it be that you don't have the time with all these extra tools at your disposal? Hey Luxer, we hope this video was a wake-up call for you to call yourself on your own bullshit. What other questions have really simple answers that people are avoiding seeing? Let us know in the comments. And as a thank you for sticking with us until the end, of course, we've got a bonus for you. Why you're not wealthy yet. Because you lack patience and skill. Wealth implies a big time frame. You can get rich overnight if you win the lottery, but you can't get wealthy overnight, since wealth means building assets that generate money. So you need to be patient, and you just don't want to wait. It also involves a skill that you simply don't have. No matter how many books you read, how many TED Talks you watch, or how many courses you buy, you still won't acquire this skill. And we're talking about the skill to build something, whatever that something is. The only way to learn it is to do it. You can be aware of all the frameworks, all the best practices, and so on, but it won't matter if you don't actually do the thing. So quit all this talk and build something, Aluxer. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the Sunday motivational video.